Hey guys, welcome to numerologist.com. It's me, Vannessa from Beyond Your Sun Sign, and this is your February 2021 general reading. Let's get started. Okay, so as always, we just want to take a deep breath in and exhale. So all of this is a general reading. That means that you don't have to choose a card or pick a number. This is essentially the number that we have to work with is a general energy. That's really what we're working with right now. So generally, what we need to focus on is some type of sacrifice or letting go of a person, masculine energy, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. If you can't think of any Leo, Aries, or Sag masculine energies, so more alpha as opposed to beta, then a lot of the times what it is, it's representative of who you are. So making a sacrifice when it comes to being impulsive, when it comes to being, wildly independent, which a lot of the times is just a trauma response, or even just making a sacrifice when it comes to being overly optimistic and not getting grounded enough. So that's why this energy is also here, which is a young earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So really introducing that young, earthy, grounding energy into your life as a way of letting go of that impulsivity and over optimism and just need for constant independence. What that brings you is an opportunity to give back, because lately you've been giving quite a bit. You've been very generous. That's another aspect of the fire sign, especially Leo energy. It's all about being overly generous, but we need to really question why we're feeling so generous. Why do we feel like we can't hold on to things for ourselves? Because that's a complete opposite of the fire energy. And then the earth energy is all about retention. So like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, achieving things in order to have them, in order to hold on to the tangible side of the world. So fire energy is all about burning the tangible energy, and earth is about hoarding it. So we've been overgiving way too much, and this February is an opportunity to say, okay, enough is enough when it comes to overgiving. I need to still retain some things. Why did I give away that amazing sweater that I loved to Goodwill? Now I'm looking for it, and it was just because I was feeling, chaotic. I was feeling not grounded. So it was my impulsive way of getting rid of something as a way to just kind of counteract this energy I'm feeling on the inside. And emotionally, we give as a way to feel better, as a way to get that instant gratification, just like shopping, right? We buy for that instant gratification, and we give for that instant gratification, for that thank you, and to feel useful. So this month, it's all about releasing that energy and saying, I'm now going to hold on to things. The reason why we're struggling this month is because of some sort of deception. So another reason why we felt like we had to keep giving and giving and giving is because we were essentially playing ourselves, not feeling worthy enough to have things. I find that a lot of the older generations, like the ones that came over here who survived the war, there's that level of hoarding energy because they gave up so much back in old countries. So now when they're here, it's like, let me just consume and hold on to it. And, our grandparents have things that, that storage wars would go crazy for because they've been holding on to it for centuries. Whereas I find that the younger generation has that minimalist approach where it's like, let go of things, constantly cycle through, donate, Facebook Marketplace, constantly just cycling through. And it's because there was some level of deception in the past that we're not really acknowledging and looking at it. So something in the past, being deceived, being played when it comes to what we give and what we get. So go back. If you can't think of what it is, I urge you to, at night, ask your spirit guides to show you a situation in your past where you overgave and you were taken advantage of for that. And there was a level of deception because of that overgiving. And maybe it is directly linked to a fire sign and an earth sign. Maybe it's very easy for you. If not, it'll just be the energy of that. So we had a bunch of cards that popped up over top of that. They were face down, meaning that it's in your subconscious. And that is that you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. if you just change your frame of mind, that'll create a huge shift over the negativity that you feel is attached to your intuition. So negatively, having that first reaction that is negative, that is more on the non-optimistic side, which is a direct result of being overly optimistic, right? So subconsciously, the reason why we feel like we have to kind of make those sacrifices when it comes to over-optimism is because of overgiving, which is based on being deceived because of overgiving, which is really just now causing this energy of being naturally pessimistic when it comes to our intuition. It's just letting go of that, right? So this month is all about release. It's all about our domestic duties and responsibilities, taking stock of what we have, what we've given, and so on and so forth. So the reason why this energy is in our subconscious is because consciously we're feeling powerless. So what we do is we take control of those feelings of powerlessness by giving, right? That's one thing that I know that I have control over. You're not taking it from me, I'm deciding to give it. So the reason why we're feeling so inclined to give is because we feel powerless, and that is based on a major transformation that has recently happened in our lives. Maybe it's just the shift into 2021 from 2020, where we just feel like we have no control. You know, if you're in lockdown, like I am, no control, right? Feel powerless. So let me get all of this stuff that I've been purging and go drop it off a donation bin or put it on Facebook Marketplace or give it to my mom or whomever as a way of trying to regain that sense of power that I feel like I have lost. The obstacle and the aid to this feeling of powerlessness is judgment. So pretty much feeling, you know, it goes hand in hand, right? Like, are we really giving because we want to give, or are we giving because we know that it's going to make us feel good and look good in other people's eyes? So there's a level of judgment there, whether it's self-judgment, or somebody judging us or criticizing us, which is absolutely going back to that first instance when you overgave and were taken advantage of. Now it's like you're giving more and retaining more, whichever one it's playing out for you, as a way of kind of thwarting that judgment from other people. So really feeling like you have to give right now, especially because there's this level of like guilt consciousness, right? Like a lot of guilt. The people who have lost jobs and who have lost their family through everything that's going on. It's almost like when people are thriving, which I have so many clients who have really thrived through the pandemic, and they feel guilty. So now here they are overgiving in certain areas where it's like, oh my God, I need to stop. I'm overspending or I'm overgiving, where now I'm not thriving anymore, right? I just felt so guilty that I was doing so well. It only made sense. It's why people during Christmas time overgive, because you're spending so much on presents for yourself and your loved ones, where you feel a level of guilt. And when we give out of guilt, that's exactly what we get back. Times 3 is just a feeling of guilt, right? So feeling powerless this month, 100%, and it's based on a huge transformation that happened, and a level of judgment that has also happened in our lives. So subconsciously, also feeling like your reputation is kind of getting hit as well. And that's really at the base of your subconscious, is just feeling like your reputation and your public image is based on those feelings of powerlessness. So in your thought process, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is that authority figure, the one who kind of has it all together, that makes all the decisions. It's masculine energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, just like this young one. So this energy coming back up to remind us that we really are powerless. You know, it's big Capricorn energy, right? Capricorn is that father time that just says that, you know, that kind of lures over us in the background. Everything that you do, there's that pressure of time behind us, which ends up being good and bad, because we know that time passes, but then also we know that time passes. So feeling powerless to time, feeling powerless to authority, feeling powerless to judgment from others, and feeling powerless when it comes to the major transformations that have happened in our lives and that continue to happen. And that is creating a level of emotions within us that feel very raw, very new, very young, and very sporadic, right? So really getting in touch with our emotions, and just allowing them not to take hold of us and to take over us, right? listen to your body, especially because if your emotions are going out of whack, your body will allow you to figure out where you're struggling emotionally and where you can't just make sense of it, right? So I know that my fingers speak to me. If I bang my middle finger, I know that's because I'm impatient about something, or I'll find cuts on my pointer finger and I know, that I'm criticizing. Literally, I'll be criticizing like, my husband harshly, and then I'll look down and I'll be like, how did I cut myself? I'm like, oh, I'm doing way too much finger pointing and it hurts. I don't even know where the source is coming from. So I need to really go inward and recognize that my emotions are speaking to me through my body. So family and friends, there's a lot of responsibility going on there, especially this month. February being a 2-month, which is all about balance in partnerships and harmony within partnerships. We're in a 5 universal year. So when you had 5 with 2, we have that 7 energy, which is all about wanting isolation, wanting to be alone, wanting to kind of focus on your own spirituality. And then therefore family and friends are going to feel like an overburden of responsibility because you just want to be alone, right? So it's a weird kind of push and pull. We feel overly responsible when it comes to family and friends, but this month universally we really just want to be alone in order to go inward because it's safer inward, and a lot of the times inward is sleep, right? So we're just definitely going to be feeling super tired as a way to escape from the responsibilities that our family and friends are inflicting on us. So hope and fear, this is interesting, and this is something that I urge you guys to meditate on. It is the Ace of Wands, hoping for something new, but fearing it as well, right? Because I think also with everything that's going on, this is all a new beginning, right? So we have these new beginnings that aren't necessarily positive, but they definitely have created a lot of energy for change and for new energies to begin and to start. Mainly now that we're at home, we're getting more creative and we're getting more inventive when it comes to how to make money and what to do with our free time. Is it just binging new shows? Is it reading new books? Is it changing around your house? Is it renovating? So it's bringing in that new energy. So we hope for it, but of course we also fear it as well because a lot of the newness that has happened to us recently has been really, really chaotic, right? So the outcome over the next month is the full moon that hits on the end of January. So January 28th is that full moon in Leo. So bringing in a lot of drama. What that does is it's signaling for the new moon and for the next full moon happening in February, it's signaling for a revamp. So it's all about drama. It's all about putting yourself out there. It's all about that pride. And then next month we have the new moon. Well, February we have that new moon in Aquarius, which is also going to bring in that level of innovation and energy and, just like positivity and like getting outside of the box and like really thinking about these crazy different conspiracies and theories and, aliens and all that. Like that's total Aquarius energy and also humanitarianism. Like I've been feeling that huge pull between feeling kind of like guilty for even just being born in a first world, right? So that guilt is now really pushing my humanitarian efforts out there in whichever way I can, which is speaking back to that overgiving energy. So Aquarius season, bringing in that level of humanitarianism, feeling like we have to overgive and give in whichever way possible, but not to family and friends, although that's one way to funnel it, but we're almost going to feel like animosity by putting it towards our family and friends because it's more so for humanity. So there's a level of anger and resentment that we want to give, but we feel like we have to do it through the avenues and the lanes that we have. And what that does is it brings this King of Pentacles up to the forefront, masculine earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, because this person's an opportunist. So here they are, they sense your energy of being a lot more emotional, a lot more, naive and a lot more youthful in your energy, wanting to give, wanting to be more humanitarian, wanting to overgive. And then this opportunist comes in and now finally wants to cash in on your giving nature. And what that is able to do for us is make us feel incredibly empowered and gain back the power that we feel we've lost throughout the last year or so. So it's actually a positive thing because as soon as this earth sign has something, will want something that we have, it's going to remind us, oh my God, I have something that this earth sign needs, wants. Maybe it is emotional. Maybe it is time. Maybe it is attention, you know, with that Leo energy. Maybe it is, you know, financial or, you know, spiritual or sexual, whatever it is, this earth sign wants it from me. So I obviously have a lot of it. And with that energy, run with it and be like, okay, I have this. So I'm not powerless at all. Maybe I'm going to be judged for having what I have and whether or not I'm going to give it or not. But at the end of the day, that's really your theme for February 2021 is how much you're giving, how much you're retaining. Is it going in the proper avenues? And also just realizing how much you have to give, right? Sometimes that's all that's needed in order to create that snowball effect of giving, right? I have a lot, so therefore I can give, and I can then realize how much I have to give, which then brings in more and more and more. So love you guys so much, and I will see you March of 2021. As always, if you wanted a personalized reading based on your month, please send me an email. I'm beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com, or you can find me on Instagram at beyondyoursunsign. I'm also on Facebook. I'm everywhere. Find me. Love you guys, and I will talk to you next month. Bye.